Lords of Sin is a dark and brutal Dungeons & Dragons narrative play intended for adults and adults only. Specific content warnings can be found in the episode descriptions. Rise up, sinners. Lords of Sin is back.
A family walks down a cobblestone street of Highgale. Birds are singing overhead, people waving to each other, walking about the magnificent city, going about their business. We see this family of three, mother, father, daughter, walk past a beautiful fountain and a statue of Queen Eleanor. The mother turns and looks to her daughter, who walks between the two parents holding their hands. How was school today? It was good. We started learning Elvish. I know how to say hello, and I know how to say, my name is Jenna. Oh, how do you say it then? And the mother and father look at each other proudly as their daughter starts to haltingly practice the beginnings of the Elvish tongue. An enormous sonic blast knocks the family off their feet. There are screams and the sound of collapsing rubble. We see smoke and fire through bleary eyes. The family starts to regain their feet, the father running to the daughter. Jenna, you okay? I'm all right, Dad. As the mother stands up and looks at her husband and her daughter, she has a terrifying look in her eyes. She looks at her family as strangers, and her eyes are filled with wrath. Jenna, get behind me, baby. Close your eyes, okay? Anna, what are you doing? Anna! When we see this scene again, we see the mother, blood dripping from her hands, as she weeps. A shadow falls over her as screams continue in the distance. The mother looks up to a figure 15 feet tall, snow-white skin, long, sharp ears, and glowing orange eyes. The figure lifts the mother's chin with 2 fingers. You have found freedom in your anger. Now, what will you do with that freedom? And as the mother starts to stand, eyes locked on this figure, we cut away from that scene. Oh dear, dear me. I did tell you all that the alignment was for your benefit. Like a parent might knock on the door of their child's room, I said. Well, Zariel has a bit of a temper. And she wishes me to convey a message, since she is not here to convey it herself at this instant. And he leans forward. Knock, knock. There is an enormous erupting sound from outside the windows. Glass breaks inward, and even from here, thousands of feet in the air, you can hear the sound of screaming. And the 6 still here, exchange glances with each other. And the naked priest of Ilmater gives a over-the-top bow. See you soon, if you make it that far. Several figures in here glitter as shards of glass have embedded themselves into their skin and clothes from the explosion inward of the windows. You all heard the enormous explosion, the wave of screams, the sound of a building collapsing, and then, because of how high up you are, the sound from outside dies away, covered by the strong wind. And we pick up in here. As this explosion happened, half of the room went fleeing, running out of the main doorway. To what end? You aren't sure. They all start shouting in confusion, some shouting orders, others questions. The priests fall to the ground, all grabbing their heads, coming to. And your sister, Kalista, comes to, with the keeper of the treasury kneeled in front of her, still breathing heavily. And she looks to you, Kalista. I was in there.
I can fix it. I can fix it. I can fix it, I promise.
And she just begins to shake.
Kalista will cross the distance in a heartbeat, placing both hands on either side of her sister's head. I can make it go away, just say the word. I can get rid of her. Please.
How?
Let me fix this.
I trust you.
I'm going to cast Modify Memory. And I'm going to try to cut that out.
She doesn't resist. She stops shaking. What happened? And she comes to, her dress, her gown still open, and she clutches it shut.
It's okay, it's okay. Kalista will actually remove her own robe and place it over her sister's shoulders. It's okay.
Another huge sound of a building collapsing.
We were attacked. We have to get you to safety, okay?
She just confused, scared, nods, trusts you. The body of the High Marshal still drapes over the long wooden table, his head a ruined mess from where the priest of Kelemvor bashed his head in with a holy symbol. The body of that priest still smoking. The priest of Ilmater, still collapsed to the ground, holds his head. And the keeper of the treasury is still on his knees where he was left. A look of confusion and shock and self-loathing on his face. Before we do anything else, I need all of you to make me a DC 15 wisdom save.
Yeah, 20.
Anyone within
Natural
10 feet of
one.
Jaeger
get a +5.
Did anybody just see that I rolled a nat 20 on D&D Beyond?
Heck yeah, you did. So we have a nat 20 and a nat 1. Let's go.
Oh, another nat 20. You got 2.
12.
There's 2 nat 20s? You got a nat 20 too?
Mm-hmm.
We got...
2 nat 20s and 2 nat 1s.
Wow.
Oh
we are starting in a weird place, guys.
That is a very weird place with 2 nat 20s and 2 nat 1s, but I need to know the totals of those nat 1s.
2.
Jaeger, what did you say we get?
Anyone within 10 feet get a +5.
This is a large room. I would say, in all likelihood, only Kalista would be within 10 feet.
All
But
right.
she had crossed the room to her sister, so she's likely not within 10 feet
no one
anymore.
gets it.
22.
That's me.
Unfortunately. Oh yeah, I got a 2.
Jaeger, roll with advantage because of the blessing that you have placed upon you by one of the priests.
I got a nat 1. But now I rolled a 2, so that's better. For a 12.
I got a 12.
And so, with that, Valkerie, Kalista, and Jaeger, I want you to know for the remainder of this scene that you feel yourselves being overcome with anger. A sensation that is new to you, Jaeger. And so given that, as you are here, hundreds of meters above the ground, in the council room itself is not that chaotic right now. Almost everyone left in here is you, dead, in shock, or silent confusion. Those who did not fall into those categories have run out of the room, but you can hear a commotion already from outside the large double doors that lead to this council room. What do you all do?
I saunter up to Lorwryn, and Shin, with a very clenched jaw. I thought someone from the Underdark would recognize on sight possession. Maybe before we fire lightning, we think about the lives that they have taken.
It is like a shock collar. You scare them. Bring them out. That is all. I wasn't going to kill them.
You could have, and that is what matters. And then, he looks at Lorwryn with respect, but you can tell that through his clenched jaw there is a little bit of, or a lot of it, of disapproval. And then, walks on to Kalista.
Kalista.
So Kalista is going to stand now.
And now that you have modified Saren's memory, the horror on her face is replaced with a different type of horror and confusion.
You have to get to safety, Saren. Use my room if you must, but get out of here. Now.
She glances towards the window, and there is another distant sounding but unmistakable an explosion, something collapsing. And as she looks to the window, she looks back at you. All right. Okay. And she runs to the door and pushes through the double doors, and she starts to walk through and then jumps back. Ah! And then runs back into the room. I can't. And she just points towards the door.
Kalista will follow her point and start walking towards the door. As she walks, she's going to cast Prestidigitation to clean up the tear marks down her own face. And pulling from her bag of holding, she's going to pull out another silken robe that she'll put over her own shoulders now, as she struts towards the door that is now opened. And if Shin was walking there, she's just going to walk right past him and ignore him completely.
he's going to look at her, see her pass without noticing him, and then he is going to Shin is going to make his way to the window.
Okay. The rest of you?
Korrin would already have been at the window
Okay.
to follow the big boom and kind of looking to see what's over there.
Anyone who would be looking out the window, make me perception checks. What about Jaeger, Lorwryn, and Valkerie?
I'm gonna be looking out the window.
Got it.
Jaeger's following in step with Kalista, but he's almost got this, like, instead of being behind her, he almost wants to start going ahead and is getting a little antsy. And each step is heavier and heavier.
Lorwryn will just sit down on the table, cross-legged, and wait for the rest of everybody to figure out what's going on that she already kind of knows. Just listening to the explosions.
Those of you who were looking out the window, what did you get on perception?
24.
9.
I do not see shit.
Oh, you might. What'd you get?
I got the 10.
Shin and Valkerie, the two of you look out the window. The Queen's Spire, which you're in, is about 1,000 meters north of the center of town. And at the center of the city, you see, though it is slightly obscured by other tall buildings, though the Queen's Spire is the tallest, many of the towers here in Highgale would be the tallest of any city. But you can still see through those towers a fiery, multi-story tall portal. Easily about 50 feet tall, gauging from this distance. Korrin, you see this, but you also see shapes moving and running through the streets. You're very high up. You can't make out a ton of details. You see people running, others look like they're chasing. And then you see, grinding through one of the streets, a large, terrifying-looking machine of the 9 hells. A hellfire engine. A semi-autonomous, semi-sentient, monstrous machine of hellish war that, as it grinds and trundles through the street, leaves a streak of fire and destruction in its wake. And there are several armored figures that you can see the glint off of their armor and weapons walking alongside this tank. With a 24, you can also parse where it's heading. Because it isn't heading towards the center of town. It is heading away from the center. And you trace its path and you see another large tower. And this war machine and its entourage is grinding that way. Jaeger and Kalista, the two of you reach the main door here, and as you do, you see what stops Saren in her tracks. Blood and bodies. Only 3 bodies here, but you recognize them because you just saw them here. The priest of Sylvanas lies dead on the ground. His cloak that seemed made out of the living forest floor now begins to decay and is replaced with fungi and mushrooms that are slowly spreading over his corpse. You see the Keeper of Tomes, the old wise dwarf who spoke in here moments ago, barely clinging to life, gasping. The third figure who is dead on the ground, is one of the guards who had been standing out front of here. As another one of the guards, sword bloody, walks over to the gasping Keeper of Tomes, lifts his sword and impales it down into the old dwarf. As he dies.
And that's when we roll up.
And that is when you roll up. And the soldier snaps his gaze towards you. Die! And begins to run at the two of you. What do you do?
Jaeger, stop him.
Trident comes up, throws, rushes forward with shield.
Just roll me 2d20s. Let me know which is farthest from 10. We're going to be using some speedy mechanics for some of these smaller things that would not pose a real challenge to
A 7 and a 3.
characters. 7 and a 3. So your trident pierces into him and he does not stop. And your trident is enormous. It is his size. And he takes it and takes one hand and grabs it to support the weight and keeps moving towards you. And as you lower your shield and charge into him, you, like a hammer to a nail, hit your trident and it pierces straight through him, severing his torso in half.
And he's gonna pick up the trident and with his giant boot crush the skull and turn back to Kalista.
There is the sound of fighting, screams, cries of pain that you can still hear from down the hall.
And he comes back to her. My lady, devils have knocked at our door. It is time we knock back.
I agree. Let's rally our forces, shall we? And she will turn around, straighten her shoulders, and walk back into the room. And she won't stop until she's standing, like she will walk, climb onto the main chair, and then stand on the table in front of everyone. May I get your attention, please?
Shin turns and faces Kalista.
Yeah?
We have trouble. Whatever happened within this room is happening likely everywhere in the city by now. We were gathered here for a reason. And I think that reason is a tact force. I think we are the only solution right now.
Who here has a passive insight of 16 or higher?
I have a passive insight of 18.
Perf. That fits. Seems right to me that Shin would be the one who notices this.
Mine is also 16.
Fantastic. The two of you notice the Keeper of the Treasury, who had still been on his knees where the possessed Saren left him. The two of you see that his eyes are filled with shameful tears, but the emotion that you read with the furrowing of his eyebrows is the most intense and pure self-loathing you have ever seen. And he crawls forward on the ground where the glass from these beautiful ancient windows is still broken, and grabs one of the larger shards of glass, blood running from his hands as he squeezes it.
How far is he from me?
20 feet.
Can I dash close the distance?
Absolutely.
And I'm going to, in a sweeping motion, practiced hand, martial artist, I'm going to grab both sides of his wrist, and then with my other hand and trap his thumb. No.
No, kill me!
You will tell me what you have done, for only in confession will you be released.
And then he's going to twist his arm.
I'm a monster. I deserve death more than anyone.
And I will gladly give it to you. But you will tell me your sins.
I have wronged. I have wronged a priestess of Ceylon. I deserve death.
Stunning strike to the back of his head.
Are you shooting for fatal or for unconscious?
Unconscious.
One hit. To the ground.
That shouldn't keep him down for a few hours. His guilt is being fueled by Zariel, I assume, or whatever rage demon happens to be out there. I apologize for this interruption.
He's going to cradle his head down and try to face his mouth to where he doesn't choke on or drown in his own spit.
No need to apologize. I would have just killed him.
Because he was possessed? I don't understand why you would have killed him.
Because he wronged my family.
Ah.
Kalista always favored permanent solutions to very temporary problems.
Lucky for her sister that you were there.
Korrin, you seem concerned. And you always had better eyes than me. Is there something you saw we do not know?
You, Kalista's your name?
Yeah.
What does that big bell tower go to?
Would I know that, Ethan?
This is your home. 100% you would know. That bell tower rings every day here in Highgale. Its tolls beautiful and pristine. It is the bell tower around which the temples to various different gods are all built in the temple district.
To answer your question, it is the center of religion, so to say, in Highgale. A majority of the churches and religious centers are built around it. It's a symbol more than anything.
Well, you see, there's a portal out there that just opened up as well, and this real nasty looking machine came out. I believe it's a Hellfire engine, and had a lot of little foot soldiers with him, and it's heading towards that big bell tower, by the way. So if it's real important, maybe we should stop him, or are you all right with letting that just fall? Because from what I'm hearing out in the streets, and she points to like all the cries and the yelling and the screaming outside, we got to make a plan to get out of here.
As you say that, you all hear a voice, pure and loud as the clarion call of those bells are in this city. A voice supernaturally loud and yet unstrained.
I am the harbinger of a new doxology. One sung in screams, scored in fire, and preached by the blade. Come and worship.
And all of you from here at the table can see, just briefly out the window, a comet of light that scorches across the visible sky through the window. A flaming figure.
Well, I think that confirms Ariel.
I hate that guy.
It's a girl.
I hate them.
Used to be an angel. Oh, how time corrupts all, absolutely. We need to move fast, and we need to move towards the church. There will be a lot of death and destruction, and many innocents will die if we do not move fast, and we do not have time to talk. What do you want to do? And he's looking at Korrin, and he looks at Kalista.
I agree. I feel we are the most able-bodied hands in this city right now, and I feel like it is up to us.
Shin walks over to the window.
And you there, Drow. Where do your loyalties lie in all this? Will you join the fight?
Take my hand.
He walks over to the drow and takes her hand.
You there. Take his hand.
Me?
Yes. In fact, all of you. Come. Let's take hands.
I swear if this is something religious. And she will take Shin's hand.
Take Kalista's hand.
How far away is the church? I'm assuming we can see it from the table.
About a mile?
Cool. Let's teleport there. Let's just... We don't have time. Let's fucking go. Lorwryn is not here to play around.
I like this one.
Could you please tell me, as you all take hands and Lorwryn begins to cast teleport, what does this teleportation look like?
From elsewhere and around them, they hear this, at first, just chittering. Just kind of peace. And then there is a banshee wail that overtakes as silvery charcoal smoke starts to sort of envelop everyone. And then when it goes away, we're gone.
Incredible.
Have we arrived at the location?
Needed that to play. The sound of this banshee wail as the room that you were in disappears, and could you please roll me a D100, Lorwryn? Well, so here's a question. If you're looking for to teleport to the base of this tower, I would say that would put you in the seen casually area. If you're wanting to use your line of sight to it, what you can see is the top of it. And so if you wanted to teleport to the top of it, you could use the very familiar table. So it's up to you.
It's, it's good either way. Which one? Where do you guys want to go? Let's ask that. Because I rolled a 98. So we're on fucking target,
mind.
baby.
Yeah.
I have a solution.
Where do y'all want to go?
I have a solution if we end up on the roof. I do have a solution for us.
So, considering we're fighting a fucking Warhammer 40k war machine coming in, and we're just going to cross all the streams at this point. Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought higher up, because that's what we can kind of see from the tower that we're at, kind of thing. Kind of felt like if we were down at the bottom, we're going to have some problems with other people. And things like that, where if we're kind of up higher, we got a dragon that can fly, we got a monk that can fly, kind of thing. Like we can
stick
maybe
on walls.
Right, we can do a few things.
For the record, I can't fly.
I was going to reveal this. I was going to reveal this, but I can cast Featherfall on 5 people, and since Val can just walk down the tower, I can get us all to the ground.
Well, and I can just, I've got my blinking and things like that I can, banshee scream my way down there too. So
incredible. So we're aiming for closer to the top then.
Actually, tactically, that's probably not a bad idea. So we can kind of survey the fuck is going on a little bit more, a little bit better than we can from up here.
Okay. Then as you all join hands, Lorwryn, you look at the top of the tower and concentrate for a moment. The sound of this banshee scream, and as you all appear high up in the sky, could everyone please make me a dex save?
With a +5.
23.
Oh.
This is not a high DC.
23.
22, actually.
11.
22.
18.
I didn't hear anything below a 12. So as you all
I got an 11.
An 11.
Kalista got
okay.
11. Yeah.
So then you find yourselves here in this open belfry, and most of you manage to quickly adjust to now being in a slightly more precarious situation. But Kalista, you landed right on the edge, the back of your shoes not supported by anything, and you start to feel yourself tipping backwards.
Can I roll acrobatics to grab her?
Yeah, I would say that there are enough of you all reaching right now that yes, your allies here managed to grab you and stop you from immediately tumbling down to your death.
Not today, girly. Not today.
Now, those perception checks from up here.
I had gotten a natural 20, so 26.
Got a 9.
We're getting some nat 20s up in here. Oh my god. Bro.
23 again.
I got a nat 1.
Valkerie 24. Don't see shit.
I'm queasy from teleporting. I'm queasy.
Valkerie
What's not for everybody?
Shin, you are the one who first clocks Kalista starting to tip over, and you reach out and grab as your compatriots also grab a hold of the other arm and pull Kalista back up here. Those of you who got 18 or higher, you orient yourselves by the Queen Spire. It's the easiest landmark. And so you look down, Korrin especially, because you were the one who spotted the path, and you point out as you see this assault team heading this way. And you see first 4 armored shapes, and then coming around a corner, grinding the stone beneath it, this large construct of steel and flame. You then see, riding behind that construct, a figure in gleaming armor, but with a flaming spear atop a horse so black that it looks made of coal, aside from its mane and its hooves, which are glowing, wreathed in orange flame. A nightmare. And as your eyes focus on that, you watch a second squad of 4 armored figures. This monstrous tank and another mounted soldier follow right behind and start heading towards the tower. Valkerie, with a nat 1, your eyes are trained to follow fast movement. And your eyes alight on this flaming figure. And you see, through the smoke of a burning building, you see this flaming silhouette. Live but enormous, radiant, hovering behind the smoke. Burning outstretched wings, and a fiery halo atop their head. And as you look that direction, your head explodes in pain and your nose starts to bleed.
Val, are you okay? My God. We're in the shit of it now. We have a...
He looks to Kalista and he looks to Korrin.
We have a fight on 2 fronts. What's the play?
This is my hometown, so I don't really know much here. But I know that, and points to the giant nightmare, and then that points to the giant hellfire engine. We're choked. We're in a kill box right now, so it's either fight or die, pretty much. And I don't feel like dying today. You know?
Kalista, with that nat 20 on perception, that basically happened while you were partially hanging over the edge of the belfry, and you just catch a quick glance, you see another squadron of Hell's soldiers marching a different direction. towards the city's garrison. This assault is being conducted by someone smart. This isn't a wild running, rampaging, and pillaging. This is tactical. These have squads assigned with specific purposes.
Okay. I think we should stick to the high ground, and I think we should cut the head off first.
You want to go for Zariel first?
If we don't, we won't keep up. There's another entire squadron heading to the garrison right now, and who knows however many within this town. If we want our people to fight for us, we have to kill Zariel.
And we're going to have to get her. Like, he looks at Korrin. You're right, we are in a kill box. That means we need to pick our battlefield wisely. And I don't think a bell tower with limited space is our ring. We need to pick when and where we get Zariel to pay attention to us.
So, I'm going to give you all a little strategy information here. But first, to determine how much information I give you, everyone roll me an intelligence check. This is just to determine how much I give.
I'm not smart.
Hey, but if even one of your team does well, you all get the information.
Could I make a case for wisdom?
Yes, absolutely. I would allow, if someone wants to replace it with wisdom, that also does track. Because this is to analyze, this is a military analysis right here. This is a strategic analysis of assets and how they might benefit you or hurt you, should you lose them.
Look! I want you to look at my D&D screen. Look at my D&D Beyond thing.
I'm so glad I have a nat 20 sound effect because that thing is working overtime.
I just want you to see it. I am not rolling. This is D&D Beyond. I am not doing.
I know
this.
It's all public.
2 in 1.
Y'all,
session.
I make them roll public, so this is not fudged. This is just insane luck. So with a nat 20, not only am I going to tell you everything that I was planning on potentially telling you, I'll also let you ask me an additional question. First, the bell tower and the district that you are in is the home of priests and clerics of numerous different faiths. If they live and are able to, those that are able to lend their aid to you, that would provide you all a little bit of their assistance in a conflict against Zariel, specifically in the form of healing. The garrison, losing it, will mean that you are entirely on your own. But should you save it, you'll have a few more damage-dealing resources at your disposal in said final fight. And with a nat 20, I'm going to give you one other thing. Near that enormous portal, at least relatively near, it's still probably a good 100 meters away, you see fire and smoke beginning to rise from a circle on the ground. And the sky overhead is beginning to darken with heavy black clouds that have these strikes of molten orange lightning arcing across them. And it seems to be caused by whatever is happening down at that ritual. I also said I would give you one question.
Guys, does anybody have a good question?
Out of character, how do we beat Zari? What is her weak point?
Yeah.
What is her weak point?
What's he weak again?
Where's the third garrison going?
That second strike team with the second tank is also heading here to this bell tower. So that is 2 engines, 8 armored soldiers, and 2 mounted soldiers heading here.
Right, but there's always a third. Where's it going? You got one going to the soldiers, you got one going to the clerics. Where's the third one going?
Based off of what you can see from here, those seem to be the organized groups with tasks, and the rest have been let loose to sow chaos and destruction to allow them to accomplish their tasks.
It is very simple. Do you want to save the priests, or do you want to save the knights? She's going to carve the city up however she wants.
I think if I had to choose, we have one fight coming to us. One fight we'll have to chase. Chasing is lost time. Not to mention, it won't attract Zariel's attention. But nothing will attract Zariel's attention more than destroying those engines. I think we take the fight that's coming straight at us. I feel pain taking the leaving the garrison to their fate, but they are fighting men.
She nods.
The question I have for all of you is, do we take both engines at the same time and split the team down the middle, or take one at a time and risk one of the engines reaching this chapel?
I think it's best we stick together.
Shin's going to take a quick look, and is one of them closer than the other? Is either engine closer than the other?
Yes, because the city road that they are grinding down is only about 25 feet wide, which means it can only accommodate one of these enormous constructs at a time, or it can't do side by side. So the tanks themselves are going single file.
All right.
Then we charge head first.
And he preps Featherfall, and he looks at Val.
If I recall, you can just walk down, right?
Yes.
And he casts Featherfall on everyone else, because it doesn't really matter if I do or don't. And he jumps out of the bell tower, takes the lip of the bell tower, and pushes himself like a rocket straight towards the ground. And starts falling to the ground and is beelining for the first machine.
He likes to do that a lot, and Korrin will back up and hop out, backflip out, and start to rage. And she will be huge by the time she gets to the ground.
Are you immune to fall damage?
I cast Featherfall on her.
Superhero landing.
No, I give 5 Featherfalls.
Love it. So everyone is heading down. So with Jaeger.
Yes, but he wants to be last.
I love this. So we'll come to you last. So here's what I would love, because Shin and Korrin just described and painted the pictures of their descent. I want to know all of your, as you said, superhero landings, your epic hero entrances. So those were those two. How are the rest of you getting down to ground level, if you are?
Kalista's just gonna walk straight off the edge. She will just determine walk, and then suddenly she'll be walking down, slowly falling.
Shadow step. That same banshee wail as all of her friends start to walk off the edge and things like that. She turns back to Jaeger right as the silvery overtakes. And then she will actually appear... Yeah, we'll have to appear at the ground, I think, because of length for that one. So,
Love it. Valkerie?
Is there any other buildings?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna jump from building to building down, if I can, jumping back.
Nearly silent as you just start vaulting your way down to ground level. Jaeger?
Can the giant bell of this tower be behind us, please?
Yes.
He wants to take the trident and start smashing on the bell. And then he'll turn and jump and do like the trident down slam, superhero landing style.
With the reverberation of this bell still in the air as you just this cloud of stone, dust, and debris as Jaeger impacts into the ground.
Piece in my head is like the smoke is coming up and everything like that, and it's all very like epic sounding and stuff like that, but then the smoke is just immediately like dissipated by Jaeger falling right behind her. It's like it's all nice and showy and stuff like that, and then Jaeger hits and it's just poof, immediately all the way with the force of his fall. She just kind of turns back and looks at him like, all right.
And Lorwryn, if you were almost anyone else, someone less seasoned, the sheer impact of Jaeger landing would have taken you off of your feet, but you just readjust and look over your shoulder and see as this construct rises to his full height. Fucking-credible. As most of you hit the ground, Valkerie, you land on a nearby rooftop, and Shin, you are propelled in the air towards one of these infernal machines. You see the soldiers of Avernus marching towards you in formation. In the very front, 4 soldiers in identical, as far as you can tell, armor. All of you, and this is just going to carry over here for a sec for multiple things, all of you either can make me religion or arcana checks to see if you know what these things and all of these things are exactly, and anything else you might know about them.
23.
25 for Arcana.
24.
Whew. I was setting the DC as above 20. These 4 identically armored soldiers who walk forward, these are creatures known as Maragons. They are the souls of fallen mercenaries, soldiers who served evil without any regard aside from how it benefited them. And like I said, all of their armor is identical. Their shin plates and shoulder guards are gold in color and are adorned with decorations of twisted-looking skulls. Each of them has a halberd in hand, but their face, their helmet, is a full face cover of a innocent, almost plump-cheeked baby-looking face in this burnished gold. As behind them grinds the first of these hellfire engines, and you can see that in their wake, buildings burn. I need everyone to go ahead and roll initiative. What'd y'all get?
I got a 28.
Jeez.
Natural 20, baby.
Level 16, man.
I got 24.
24 for Val.
17.
14.
11.
What's your dexterity, Shin?
My dexterity is 22.
Yeah, you'll beat that tie. What's your dexterity, Lorwryn?
20.
You beat that tie as well. Level 16 is nutty. Jaeger, what'd you get?
9.
With these soldiers of Avernus marching your way, the city in flames behind them. Kalista, you are up first.
So as Kalista is falling, and just before Jaeger hits the ground, she's going to cast Enlarge on Jaeger.
Jaeger is already size large.
So now he's even bigger.
What does this look like as you enlarge Jaeger?
So she's falling just facing the ground as she does this. And in her new robe that she's pulled out of her bag, it is thin enough that you can see the black markings on her skin. So as she casts this, you watch as some of the writing crawls down her arm and just leaves through her fingertips and almost drips like ink into Jaeger, causing him to grow. And before Kalista hits the ground, she will try to push herself to land behind Jaeger then.
Glide down towards behind the enormous. You are now, Jaeger. How tall were you to begin with? I think you said, like 12 or so. You are now easily about 22 feet tall.
And 8 times your original weight.
I love Kalista so much right now.
As you finish growing in stature, the ground beneath your feet just cracks even more with this new weight.
Can I actually land on Jaeger's back?
Yes, because he is larger than you, it can technically work as a mount. So yeah,
All
you
right.
can absolutely
Mount
land on Jaeger.
Sick.
I can
All right.
She can mount.
Verbal consent, it's always important.
Much obliged. All right, that's my turn.
Extra attachments.
Incredible. Valkerie, you are up, and Korrin, you are on deck.
I want to these squares, are they each 5? Is that
Yes.
okay? What's my movement speed here? Because I'm gonna probably have to dash, right, to get to this. I'm going to the engine.
If you wanted to get to it in one turn, it's about 55 feet from you.
Okay, my walking speed is 40 feet.
So if you wanted to close the full distance this turn, you would have to do something else in addition to your movement, either dash or if you have any teleportation abilities or anything like that.
So when we exited, right before, I had taken my mutanogen, so I've already taken that. I've already put a crimson right on my sword, so I already have all of those. I'm literally going to dash over there and try to jump onto this engine.
Ooh, 100%. So you dash, and as part of that, make me depending on how you try to get up here, if you envision yourself climbing, let's do athletics. If you envision yourself like doing the parkour leaping you've been doing, you can do acrobatics.
I'm going to do acrobatics because I'm going to be jumping on. I'm going to be trying to jump onto it from this building that I see.
Let's friggin' go.
Let's do it. Oh no. It was a nat 1 and I got a 10.
All that is going to mean you are still able to, like, you sprint across here and you manage to vault on and grab a hold of the side of this 12-foot tall, 15 feet across, burning iron tank. And because of the nat 1, one of the Meridons is going to get an attack at you.
Yes.
But I don't think it'll hit. I highly doubt it. A 12?
I look at my no.
Definitely not. You have an 18 AC.
I do have
so
an 18.
it just hits into the back of your armor, but you leap past it and grab a hold. You are now on it. You can continue climbing or doing whatever you would wish on your next turn.
Got it.
Korrin, you are up. Shin, you are on deck.
As a reminder, I already have popped the rage, so I am huge size now.
And for all the rules lawyers, I know that the rage was popped at the top. I understand that. And I know it took a couple rounds to get down here with Featherfall. You know what? I don't care. It was cool.
Thanks. So now Korrin, in her huge state, she is going to grab her axe using a bonus action and whisper in Draconic. Nope, a mixture of Draconic and Giant into her axe, and it is going to electrify.
We all choose lightning.
Elemental Cleaver. Because I am a giant barbarian, I can choose my weapon to infuse with a following damage type, and I choose lightning.
Love it.
Cool.
The lightning just courses over the entirety of this axe that Blitz made for you specifically.
We are going to run up just a little bit, and as Korrin is running towards the 4 that are there, she is going to yeet her axe.
Absolutely. So one of the foot soldiers?
Correct.
All right, let's do it. I'll go ahead and let you know their AC that you're looking for is 16.
Well, that was a nat 1 for that first one.
You throw this axe and it just impacts right in front of their feet, sending dust flying, and they stop for a second. And the figure on the flaming horse points his flaming lance forward, and the foot soldiers, who started to hesitate for a moment, begin marching towards you once again.
Cool. So they've walked past the axe?
It's not their turn yet.
Okay.
But narratively, they're starting moving forward again.
Cool. I'm going to you're just going to see Korrin smile, raise her hand, clasp her hand back, and that axe that she throws is coming back through the one that I missed back to my hand. With the giant barbarian, I can throw my weapon and it can come right back to me.
So, I think that's very cool. Is there some... I just have a question. Is there something in the rules about it doing damage on the way back?
No, there isn't. There is no rules about
then
it.
Then we're going to add something. Your proficiency is a +5. So I'm going to have this guy right here roll a dexterity save, DC 15. Gets an 18 on the die, but had it failed, would have done damage to it, but manages to, just as it was moving forward, it just knocks him onto his knees for a second, pushes himself back up, and rejoins formation.
Ooh, so I can actually attack now? Is that what you want?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. Bet. 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Cool. And... all right, cool. 11 base damage and 10 points of lightning damage.
As you call your axe back and throw it once again at this one, and it impacts into the gold chest plate of this soldier and just continues relentlessly marching forward.
Well, they usually go down.
Shin, you are up.
Shin is going to run up. He's just going to Naruto run straight up to this one, and he's going to shocking grasp right to its face. That's going to be a miss. He's going to try again, though, because he gets 2.
High level, baby.
Oh, that's going to make. That's 21.
That hits.
That is going to be 12 damage. Bonus action, unarmed strike.
Let's do it.
Target. That's 27 on the dice. Or 27. 16 on the dice. 11 plus 11.
I was about to.
Yeah, not 21
you were rolling.
No. Sorry. And that's going to be 7 additional damage.
Right. You grab with a hand that is wreathed in electricity, and as it begins to course through this figure, you take advantage of the opportunity and just punch right across the head, denting the face mask as it turns its attention to you.
I'm going to immediately disengage. I'm going to provoke attack of opportunity.
Okay. 15, I don't think will hit you.
No, I have a AC of 22.
Yeah, no.
And this is going to be 20 feet. Oh yeah, I have plenty of movement speed. And I'm going to come over here to Val, and I'm going to acrobatics jump straight over her onto the engine. That is a 17.
17, yes, you are able to vault onto the top of this engine.
And I'm sitting over her, and I'm like, "What's the matter, Val? Lost your touch in your old age?"
All right. Yeah. That brings up the siege engines. Hellfire engines. The first one to act is the one that Val and Shin are both on. And there are many chains and weapons and devices that hang from this thing, the heavy rattling of metal. And there is a surge of electricity as one of the... Yeah, you brought electricity, so dang. As pivoting on here, one of the attachments, what almost looks like a wrecking ball that is just coated in electricity, is going to come to make an attack on Valkerie, trying to break her off of its side. Nat 20.
What is happening?
And as this happens, I also need only Shin. Actually, Shin and Korrin, could you both make me dexterity saving throws while I roll damage for this lightning flail?
That is 25.
So I have a question. I do have advantage on it against effects that I can see and everything. Do I need to...
Yeah, you have advantage.
All right, cool. We gonna take that first one with a 19. We gonna take that first one.
What did you get, Shin?
25.
Okay.
Cool.
And was your total a 19, Korrin?
Yes, it was my total was 19.
That is going to fail by 1. Korrin, you are going to take 33 points of lightning damage, Korrin. And Shin, because you saved, you are going to take 16 points of lightning damage.
And I have lightning resistance, so I
So
take
have
half
it
that.
again.
Yeah.
What am I gonna take? Oh no.
Korrin gets a +5 because I'm actually close now.
Oh, Korrin has a +5 on that. So you will also only take 16.
All right, cool. 16. Yay. Bet.
Val, with that nat 20 with crunchy crits, you are going to take 108 points of damage in total. 33 of that is lightning.
Oh shit. Oh.
And could you please make me a dexterity save to stay on this thing?
Okay. I have 3 extra points to my dexterity too right now, so we'll see. 12. 19.
19, you stay attached as this wrecking ball of electricity impacts into you, and the energy from it arcs away from you, one connecting to Shin and one to Korrin. The next Hellfire engine, the front of these things, where clearly the cannons are shaped like devilish faces and mouths stretched wide with sharp pointing teeth. Inside the barrels glows orange. There are horns that from the top of them flame gouts. And the central cannon of the one in the back, it's actually going to have to move a little off course to do this. And as it does, it grinds over one of its own troops, who is going to have to make a dex save to not take damage. Manages to get out of the way, but turns its central cannon towards you all once again. The teeth on the outside begin to spiral around like saw blades, and there is as a huge blast comes impacting right where Lorwryn is standing. And so I need dexterity saving throws from Jaeger, Korrin, and Lorwryn.
And everyone gets a +5.
17. Wait, no, 18.
11.
15.
The DC for this was 20. $78 points of damage. It is 58 points of bludgeoning and 20 points of thunder.
How much was it, you said?
The total is 78. That is the end of the Hellfire Engine's turn. Lorwryn, you are up.
From somewhere otherworldly, you hear another banshee scream as the blade song begins. And her blade ignites in green flame. And she's going to run over, and she's just going to start wailing on these dudes.
Love it.
Not 20.
Hell yeah, let's max that damage.
Okay, so there's a few things that are happening, because on a 20, I thankfully get 10 hit points. They automatically take 10 necrotic damage.
Okay, noted.
Then there's a flaming blade in the chest, and we're doing damage for the sword itself, so...
And you only have to... We're using crunchy crits, so you only have to roll as normal, and then just max what you would have rolled for the crit.
12, and then let's roll our d8.
And how many d8s are you rolling? Because those get maxed too.
2d8.
Okay, so that's another 16 automatically on top.
Yeah. 16 plus 9 on top of that. So 25. 48. Oh.
Could you please describe as you run in here and eliminate this soldier of the first circle of hell?
As she's walking up to them, she just looks at you and goes, "What did dear mother promise you this time? Because what I can give you is peace." As the blade comes flying in, and she just stabs it in and twists, as she kind of holds her arms up and her head up a little bit and goes, "Tell them I'm coming for them all." And she pulls it out as it falls over.
As you pull your blade out, there's this black smoke that follows behind, and the figure collapses to its knees and then just falls apart in a scattering of armor and weapons.
Cool. I get a second attack.
Yes, you do! Level 16!
So let's just kill the other one that's going, or try at least. Probably not going to crunchy crit on that one, but because this is a blade song, it's very fluid with the movements from one to the other. Everybody else that's around hears a very wailing, bemoaning, almost epic kind of song to that. It's very downtrodden and very sad for those that are going against me. So does a 21 hit?
Yes.
15, total of 20.
How much of that is fire damage? Because it is green flame blade, right?
It's 11 fire damage.
As you stab into this one, your flames lick across the surface of the armor and do not seem to bother it at all. The stab does, though. Stab bothers it a lot.
Bonus action, I'm going to cast Spirit Guide. I'm going to roll, or Spirit Shroud, sorry. Yeah, any attack that you make deals extra damage. I should have did that first, but whatever, no big deal. And then creatures within 10 feet, damage is Radiant, Necrotic, or Cold. My choice, I'm choosing Radiant, because they're hellish. Any creature that takes damage can't regain hit points until the start of the next turn. And then in addition, any creature of your choice that starts within 10 feet has its speed reduced by 10 until the start.
That sounds awesome. That now brings up these little guys who are going to try their absolute best. Two are going to march straight towards Korrin and are going to make several attacks. We'll see if they hit.
Oh.
Does a 14 hit you?
Absolutely not.
The first one's 3 attacks will all miss.
And a nat 1 on one of them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, but for the second one, gets 1 nat 20 and a 25, which I think will hit you.
Yeah.
18 points of non-magical slashing damage from the halberd. The crit is 33 points. of non-magical slashing damage. Just manages to get a few hits in on you.
So, I have a reaction to that crit one. Called Cloudy Escape. When a creature you see hits you with an attack roll, you can use a reaction to give yourself resistance to the attack's damage, and you can then teleport to an unoccupied space. So I will take that half 18, but I am not taking that 30. Get the fuck away. Well, I'm taking it the reduced one. I'm taking it reduced.
Feel free to move your token where you would be teleporting, where you think you're going.
Yep. Let's see. And then we're going to go 30 feet. So what you see is when those attacks that miss and whatnot, but the ones that do hit, they hit, but then you just see Korrin look down and go, and then dissipate, and then reappear behind them.
This 20-foot tall gold dragonborn just disappears and reappears right behind these 2 foot soldiers. Lorwryn, the 3 attacks against you, I know one is a miss. There was also a 16 and a 17. Will those hit?
Nope.
All 3 misses. How do you fend off this onslaught of halberd attacks?
She will parry the first and sweep down as it kind of starts to swing, and just kind of go under its attacks for the other 2.
Incredible. The other one of the Maragons is going to step forward and make a single crossbow attack. So this is coming at, we'll say Kalista, perched on the top of Jaeger's shoulders. 19?
A 19 will hit, yes.
Is that an attack roll or?
That is an attack roll.
I'll use my reaction to bring my shield up and give disadvantage.
Let's try again. The same. Bam. So 11 points of damage as you're just a little too slow getting your shield up. But if you are holding your shield up, I will also say, with this situation of you being huge and Kalista being on your shoulder, if you want to hold your shield in front of Kalista, you can provide 3/4 cover from any range shots from in front, but you can't apply your shield AC to yourself while doing so. So I'll let you each turn say where you want to move your shield.
All right, so I will take 6 damage, and Jaeger, you take 5.
We are then going to have 3 heavy crossbow attacks coming at Shin on top of the engine.
I'm going to deflect all of them.
Yeah, because you're a monk and
Good
a
old
jerk.
monks, baby.
Yep, because you're a monk.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can use it on 1, but I'm going to say these are low enough level. I'll let you use it on 2 of them.
Okay.
And since they also rolled a 7, an 8, and a 10, please describe to me how you deflect all 3 of these.
Well, so, yeah, 7, 8, and a 10. They don't even hit me anyways because of my AC, so I actually don't have to deflect them. But I can, however, decide if you let me. So I just flick my hand, so just very kung fu. He's sitting on top of this machine, flicks one out of the way, and I'm going to grab the other 2 and throw them back. So he's going to, with both hands, just never even changing their momentum, and then throw them back.
So that takes a key point to do, but if you spend a key point, you can make a ranged attack, so it would be a plus 11 to hit with this.
Okay. It's a 17 on the dice, so I'm assuming...
Yep. Go ahead and roll
hits.
me 2d10 damage, please.
It's going to be 15.
Dodge one of these arrows and just redirect the other 2. They impact into one of the foot soldiers, piercing straight through its armor. Fantastic. That is their go, which means I'm almost done. The one in front and the one in back, these 2 mounted paladins of hell, speak in Infernal. and it reverberates in your ears, Val and Lorwryn. Could both of you please make me charisma saving throws?
Also, I speak Infernal, so what are they saying?
Yeah.
Know your place.
That's cute.
Ooh, okay.
I got a 4.
Let's see, did that 15.
15, both of you. As these infernal words reverberate in your skull, you look towards these mounted soldiers, and they seem to grow shadowy silhouettes of themselves that loom large around them. Both of you have the frightened condition of those particular paladins. So as long as they are within line of sight, you have disadvantage on certain rolls, and you cannot willingly move closer to them. You can remake this check at the end of each of your turns. That will then bring up Jaeger. And after that, we're back to the top of the order, which is Kalista and Val.
Okay. So Jaeger is going to start marching forward, bringing Kalista with.
Oh lord, his thing is huge. It's square.
I heard what I wanted to hear, and he just walks over Val and is boom. Oh Lord, what is that?
Did you build a metal dick for this thing? Why? It didn't need a clapper, okay? I love the fact that right now on the battle map, we have 4 huge targets. And I mean that mechanically. 4 huge targets. Insane.
Call me a big bitch. I understand that. Gotta fight about it, but you can call me that.
Big bitch.
And as he starts marching towards the rest of the battle, he, in a voice even deeper than it was, fear does not exist in my presence. And Lorwryn, when I get within 10 feet, you are no longer frightened. And then he's going to deposit Kalista on the roof right here. Action or...
Oh, that's a free object interaction. Okay. Given the size difference, Kalista's an object. I don't mean that in an insensitive way.
No, it's okay. You can mean it in an insensitive way.
Please objectify me, giant metal man.
Verbal consent.
Made the dick for a reason.
No, the clapper is not canon. No.
Oh, it's there. It's canon.
Oh, I reject this reality.
Substitute my own.
She did cast enlarge, so you know.
Oh God! Damn it! That's it. All 7 archdevils are here right now. Fuck it.
And they all fall to the giant wheel.
Before the metal dick.
All right, Jaeger.
So he moves up, deposits Kalista on the roof, and then slams his flaming trident into the ground and erupts in a fiery blaze using Misty Step and appears right here. And then he is going to leave the trident, which is now embedded in the ground, and take both of his hands and reach underneath this fucking devil tank and attempt to lift it up and flip it.
Okay. This is friggin' amazing.
And
we're going to, because you are equal sized, we're going to deal with this kind of like a shove attack.
Beautiful.
In that it's a contested check, and if you succeed, you can knock someone prone.
So because of enlarge, I get advantage on strength checks and saving throws. Would that apply?
No, so the way the DC is calculated here is it has to roll. And the DC is 8 plus your strength mod plus your proficiency bonus. And your strength is a +7.
Yep,
and your
25.
proficiency is a 5. So the DC is 20. And it can make either a strength or a dex. It's going to go with strength. Nope. So with an 8, as you come and lift underneath this thing. There are these hooks that emerge from the large treads that this thing has been grinding on that try to grip into the ground, but you lift it anyway, pulling stone up and flip it over onto its back. The treads that have been spinning this whole time are still just now impotently grinding along as it is roof on the ground.
What does that mean for us?
This was the other one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, this is the back one.
Oh, thank God.
He will remain there a giant boy.
Love it. At the top of the initiative, the Hellfire engine that is still upright, that Shin is sitting atop of and Valkerie is clinging on the side, its central cannon begins to swirl the teeth on the outside as it glows brighter and brighter. Shoots this blast forward into the bell tower itself. Impacts about 25 feet up on the bell tower, causing a huge amount of rubble to come falling down, crashing at the base where you all were just 20 seconds ago. The damage from this thing on the tower is immense. You wager, you probably have about 3, it could take about 2 more hits like this. A third would topple this tower. That brings us to the top of the initiative, which is Kalista.
So as Kalista balances herself on this roof, you watch as a large series of runes that's right on her neck starts to travel down her arm, and I'm going to cast reverse gravity.
That's so cool.
And it's going to hit everyone but me and Lorwryn. It's a 50-foot radius spell. I need DC 18 dexterity saving throw from everyone within that radius.
Okay, the Hellfire engine that has been flipped over fails automatically.
Nice, beautiful, lovely.
And then I have a bunch of rolls to make.
And as this happens, Jaeger shrinks down back to his still large size, but not quite so giant.
I think I might have advantage on this.
Y'all ever seen a flying kaiju?
What does that mean? If I got an 18, do I have to get above?
Meets it, beats it. You're good. It means you grab onto something so you don't get lifted. The gravity is reversed in this cylinder.
I rolled a nat 20, so I got a 22.
That
My
is
big ass not going nowhere.
9 20s tonight. Holy shit.
I know we've been rolling a lot, but I didn't know we were rolling that much. Jeez.
I don't think we're rolling that much. I think we're just rolling that good.
No.
9, guys. If we make it to 10, I swear to God I will shit in this booth.
Oh, gross.
Hey, this has been recorded. We have evidence. Come on, nat 20.
No, that's a 23. That's a 23. That's a 23.
That is insane. Okay, so first, how many of the PCs failed there? Any?
None, bro. That's none.
Okay, so you all managed to... The change in gravity is still impacting you, for what it's worth. You just don't immediately go flying. You manage to anchor yourselves to the ground. So I am curious, Kalista, can you please describe as you cast this spell? Like what it looks like as you cast this very complicated spell.
All right, as this ink travels down her hand, leaving just patches of pure white scarred skin, it mixes with a handful of iron filings before she flicks her wrists, and it seems to almost vaporize and spread in this inky black mist before everything switches in a second. Rubble and dust and dirt starts to lift, and everything else around. It's almost as if the sound and the chaos seems to reverse suddenly. The first thing anyone notices is the massive flipped steam engine starts to lift as well.
This huge construct just along with 5 of the foot soldiers. And as the rubble and fallen bodies and the first of the Hellfire engines goes lifting up into the sky as if it were falling, the other feebly tries to plant its treads in the ground before it too goes tumbling upward. Both Hellfire engines now 100 feet up in the air. Wow. Okay, is that the end of your turn, Kalista?
Yeah, I think that's the end of my turn. The paladins, did they get lifted?
They did not. Both of them made their
Did their
saves.
horses get lifted?
Fair question.
Let's make some nightmare glue, baby.
Both riders managed to grab onto something, a piece of a nearby building, and steady themselves as the mounts from underneath them go flying up into the air.
Beautiful. All right, yeah, that's the end of my turn. I'm just going to look over to Lorwryn, give her just a overly proud smile that I've been wearing ever since Jaeger flipped the first tank, and that's the end of my turn.
She winks back at you.
That's my queen. That's my queen.
Val, you are up. Korrin, you're on deck.
I've stuck to the ground like a tree frog, like, you know, because I've been Spidey climbing. That's how I've saved myself, is I've stuck, because I basically, when I started to see it go up in the air with reverse gravity, I stuck to the ground. And so that's where I'm at right now, in pain, hurting. I'm in the frightened condition right now. So how far away are those night things?
The closest one to you, the one that specifically you are afraid of,
Yes,
is
which one am I afraid of?
the one towards the south, who's about 35 feet from you.
Okay. Because I can't go any closer to that night, because I'm frightened. I'm going to, before I die, I'm going to attack him. That's what I'm going to do, because I'm Angies.
Let's do
So
it.
I'm gonna go and attack him. I mean, so So on my first hit, I have a 22 to hit.
That hits.
And she is no longer frightened as she got within 10 feet of Jaeger.
So you don't have disadvantage. You don't have disadvantage on this attack because you get within 10 feet of Jaeger.
Hell yeah!
And the sheer sight of this thing fighting on your side wipes away that fear.
I'm gonna hit this motherfucker with... okay, so damage for the first one is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... It's 13 total, but
Okay.
5 of it is fire damage.
Good to know.
Okay, my second one... 29 to hit.
Yeah, definitely.
10 damage. I don't think any of that one is fire.
Okay,
that
cool.
one is slashing damage.
Yeah, for this fight, let me know what is fire.
Okay.
From everyone. Definitely going to be helpful for me.
Okay, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing.
Bad.
And then-
I will tell you flat out at this point, you are high level. You have experienced a lot. They are immune to fire damage.
Okay. Damn. And then bonus action, I'm gonna pop a potion. 44, 14. Okay, and then that's
All right.
when I'm done with my turn.
Cool. Korrin, as seeing all of this stuff raise up and float in the sky, Korrin kind of like slams her axe into the ground and slowly crawls back to the ground. So now she has dug her claws into the ground. Now, mind you, she's still this giant kaiju of a monster. But then she looks at the paladins and then proceeds to... we're going to throw that axe. Wait. We're going to bonus action switch it to acid damage and then throw that son of a bitch.
Okay. Who are you throwing it at?
Right here.
One of the Maragons. Got it.
Yep.
Okay, logistic question. If she throws the axe, isn't it going to go up because of gravity?
If this were a normal thrown axe that weren't thrown with such incredible velocity as one thrown by Korrin, yes.
Well, I have faith in Korrin, but I worry about the axe.
Because technically that's not in the spell description, and so I don't want to punish you if it's not raw in there. So you are powerful enough that, yes, it absolutely will impact your throw, but you can also aim to compensate for it.
Cool. 29 hit.
29 absolutely hits as you calculate like this angle and almost boomerang throw your axe so that it goes down and then arcs upward into this thing. Roll me that damage.
Cool. So there's also a little fun pack too. Crushing throw. With a successful ranged attack with a thrown weapon using strength, you can add +4 to the damage roll.
Let's go.
So 17 plus 7 points of acid.
And the acid just sprays off of your axe and starts to melt the armor away. And this black smoke that is occasionally tinged with orange lightning streaking across it begins to leak out of it.
Cool. Once per turn, I can do Strike of the Giants, Cloud Strike, which allows me to hit it, and I can imbue my shit with 1d4 thunder damage.
Let's add it.
Cool. 3 points of thunder damage. He now has to make a wisdom saving throw at DC 18.
Nope, not with a 5.
I become invisible to it at the start of my next turn.
Love that.
Hit it. Nat 20.
And we're going to take a quick pause for Cory to go get some coffee and prunes and prepare himself. Because that is at least 10 nat 20s so far. I'm
Mama
pretty
didn't
sure.
raise no bitch, I'll do it right here.
I don't need any prep time. Oh god, he's turning red. Stop, Cory! We need you to finish the session!
Ooh, shit. Alright, so we're doing the crunch or crit, so I use...
Alright, so just roll 1d12, and then we're going to add 8 and 12 automatically. So 20 plus...
10.
30 points of damage here on this crit. And
18. 10 on the die, 8 plus 8 damage.
Yep, already taken into account.
Got it.
So as you throw this axe a second time at this one, you just blast it to pieces as your axe just thuds into the ground 5 feet behind where it was.
And back to Mama. Good girl. Mwah.
Shin, you are up.
So I'm going to do something I may not be able to do, but I think it's cool. So Shin is going to, first of all, he's going to he's going to unfurl his dragon wings and propel himself across the ground, using his wings to keep him on the ground. Basically inverted flying. And so that one paladin had grabbed the lip of the building, right? That's how he stayed from flying into the sky. I'm going to allow myself to gravity up to him. I'm going to grab him with right here on each of his wrists, because this is where the tendons at the fingers are, and I'm going to shocking grasp both those tendons to make him let go of the lip of the building.
Here's what I'll say. Because of the awesome use of shocking grasp, we'll use the shove mechanic, but we will use your dexterity bonus to calculate it instead of your strength. So the DC it has to beat, since you have a +6 to dex and a proficiency bonus of 5, it needs to get a 19. I'll roll this publicly. It's going to definitely choose strength with a 7. And he loses his grip and goes flying up falling into the sky.
Before he starts falling, actually, to grab the lip myself and kick him to kick him far faster into the sky.
Absolutely.
That is a 22.
That will hit.
So I launch him faster into the sky.
I guess he did not know his place.
His
And that
place
was
is
the one who
in
said
the
it to
sky.
How much damage did your hit do?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I didn't think it mattered.
I need that damage.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's right. I'm assuming that's just gonna be. Should I roll for the shocking
Unarmed strike.
grasp? For the unarmed. Okay, we'll just run for it.
Oh yeah, and shocking grasp. Yeah, we'll add that 3d8 in there as well.
That's gonna be 15 for the unarmed strike.
And go ahead and roll me 3d8 for the shocking strike.
That's gonna be 13.
Okay. Between the shocking grasp and your kick as he goes flying off, you manage to thoroughly crack a piece of his chest plate as he goes falling into the sky. Next up is the Hellfire Engines, who have a little bit of an inconvenient situation. I need 2 people to roll me luck checks for me. All I need you to roll is a d20 and let me know the result. Before you do it, I want this rolled publicly.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you what the ranges represent. These semi-autonomous constructs that are now 100 feet in the air and upside down are starting to try to reorient themselves to this new gravity, and are trying to use whatever mechanisms are at their disposal to rotate their cannons towards the tower. If you roll a 16 through 20, it won't make any progress. 10 through 15, it will take 2 additional turns. A 5 through 9, it will take 1 additional turn. A 1 through 4, it is able to turn and fire now. I need 2 people to roll.
Okay. I'll roll.
I'll roll.
Roll in public, please.
Oh shit, 14.
Fucked up and got a 3.
So one of them rotates very slowly. It's like trying to use its flail that's on it, the wrecking ball, to try to use momentum to rotate itself, but it's wobbling and oscillating in the air. The other seems to have lucked into managing to fully rotate.
It's the one
And-
Jaeger flipped over, so it was already facing the right way.
Yeah, so it reoriented itself easier. Exactly, because it was upside down. Yeah. And as it rotates, rubble screams as there are people in this tower.
Shit.
And a huge blast of masonry goes falling away. Enormous pieces, 20, 25 feet in length, go crashing onto the street as this tower is starting to look a little precarious. That is, however, their entire go.
Not to mention, since they're in technical freefall, wouldn't that cause them to basically blast in the opposite direction?
I mean, well, actually, they're not stabilized onto anything. That's a fair point.
Because there's no ground. So
Yeah, you're right. Physics. We're going to make a facsimile of physics as it blasts with this incredible amount of kinetic force. It goes flying back. I'm going to make a luck check to see if it gets pushed all the way out of the circle of reverse gravity. High, it does. Low, it does not. 5. It comes to a stop and starts to oscillate right at the edge of the circle. The few remaining foot soldiers down here, because there's only one. There's one left. One of the Maragon.
Oh, yeah, this dude is not there.
With a command in Infernal from the paladin in the rear who's managed to hold on. Finish your job! The one goes grabbing onto whatever it can as it pushes towards Jaeger and is going to make 3 attacks at you. 2 19s and 18.
Looking for a 22.
Shing, shing, shing. The heavy plate that was crafted by the smiths of Highgale is unbothered by these strikes of a foot soldier of hell. That brings Lorwryn up. Yeah, so you have 2 targets still in the circle of this upended gravity who are managing to try to pull themselves out of it, but that's all that's down here. The rest are currently about 100 feet above you in the sky.
I'm just going to cast Lightning Bolt at the paladin in the back.
Let's do it. Dex save.
Dex save of 16.
11. Full damage. And they do not have resistance to lightning.
35.
Ow.
Ow. Ow.
What does your lightning bolt look like?
Well, it's purple lightning, of course.
Of course.
But she will just kind of like hold out her hand like this. In Infernal, just whisper, "Know your place," and then release it into it.
Purple electricity crackles along the gleaming black armor that this paladin wears as it has to restabilize itself, trying not to get upended by the reverse gravity. Anything else?
Yeah, we're just gonna drink a potion. You know, just gonna pop a little bonus action potion.
Yeah, just a little potion, just a little bonus action.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll that healing for yourself, and that will bring up next the one paladin who can do anything, because I believe the range of its ranged thing is 60 feet, so even the one up there can't do anything. The one down here, though, 5, 10, 15, 20, is in range of Jaeger, and goes, and with sheer determination manages to run and grab onto a stable piece of rubble, run and grab, and then run up to you with this fiery lance, and takes 3 attacks at you.
Oh.
Only one will hit. The 13 and 19 will miss. The 25 will hit. That is 19 points of damage. 11 of that is fire, if it's relevant. So 8 piercing, 11 fire.
And when he does connect, there's almost not really a pulse, but more of a shudder, where someone to have the audacity to attack me takes 5 psychic damage.
5 psychic.
Dares.
And his head just slowly turns towards him.
Incredible. That will bring up the end of that round. Brings us to the top of the order, which is Kalista and then Val.
Did Jaeger go?
Oh, did I skip Jaeger? Yeah, it's because you did the psychic thing, so I totally forgot. Jaeger, you get to go.
Yeah, that just happens. It's
Throw them into the sky. Yeet them, Jaeger.
Would to yeet be an action?
Well, it would be another shove, mechanically.
Okay. We're gonna, because this one did have the audacity, we're gonna oblige him. Takes the flaming trident, which the flames don't do anything, but spins it around and just wails on the dude for standard attack. 24.
That hits. Roll damage.
All right. I'm just going to ignore the fire damage. So we've got we've got that. And I'm going to add a Hill Strike Empower to this one for an extra D6. And he's going to need to make a Strength 20 save.
As you come in with this attack, the Maragon standing right next to this infernal paladin jumps in the way of your strike and takes the hit instead, using its reaction. So, you said strength saving throw?
Yes, 20.
Maragon gets a 4.
The Maragon is prone. And it was only 1, 2,
Okay, make a deck save.
12 piercing damage and radiant.
With that deck save and with all of that damage, as you hit it, it flies up into the air. The impact making it unable to maintain a secure grasp upon the ground as it falls upward.
Beautiful. And then I'm going to bonus action with my shield shove on this paladin. So that is going to be a...
Oh, Shield Master Shove. God, that's so cool. So you can use the shove as a bonus action, yeah. Nat 20 manages to meet your charge. And actually, so that's 11. Manages to meet your charge and actually stop you. Which, considering this figure's without its mount, only about 7 feet tall, compared to your 12, still grinds its heels into the ground and grabs hold of a piece of nearby building and stops your charge.
And when he stops the charge, he'll pull back, not alarmed, but go to take the second attack with his trident.
As it stops you, it says in Infernal, so only those who can understand this understand it. Those of you who can't, you hear those of you who understand it, the Archduchess of Avernus is here. Weep.
He does not speak that, so he doesn't understand it. Second attack. Ooh, yeah, 28 to hit. 19 points of piercing and radiant damage. And that is all he got.
And your trident is magical, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Another strike into the bell tower. Kalista, you are up. You look over your shoulder to see as the tower begins to tilt.
Kalista's going to release the spell and cast Raining Min, basically. Can Kalista remember where the tank will land?
You have an intelligence of 20. Yeah, you can.
Wonderful, because as the tanks and everything else starts to rain down, right before the tank hits the ground, she's going to magnify the gravity below it. The one that was sitting upright. 4th level magnify gravity where the tank will land.
That's so cool.
Squish.
Is it gonna land? Con 18 save in a 10-foot radius, so I'm going to place it right where the tank is going to land.
Okay. Holy crap. Wait, 10-foot radius?
10-foot radius. Can I get both
You could
tanks?
get both tanks.
Oh, baby. I'm getting both tanks.
Okay. What is your spell save DC?
18.
Okay. So...
And it's Constitution.
Oh, I know. But this was for a dex save for the Paladin of Hell to try to avoid some of the damage.
Yeah. Good luck.
But Constitution save, and if he fails this, I'm actually going to roll the dex save with disadvantage. He does fail that.
Yes.
And so since gravity is heavier underneath him suddenly, he only gets a 16 on its dex save. So he's going to take the full amount of the fall damage.
And then there's going to be an additional 5d8 damage on anything that fails in that 10-foot radius.
All right, y'all. You ready for me to roll 19 d10s worth of damage?
Yeah.
Ooh, have fun with that. Oh, it's so beautiful.
109 points of damage. Both of the Hellfire engines and on the Paladin, who... The Paladin only had 60 hit points left. And so as was tangling with Jaeger. Jaeger, how do you avoid as you see this coming and falling straight in front of you?
Like in Return of the King when the trebuchet launches the rock and the leader orc just stares at it and at the last second just takes one step back, but keeps the shield up to prevent the paladin from following.
As you keep the shield up, the paladin is too focused on you, and just suddenly the Hellfire engine comes slamming into the ground, and then the other one as bodies of the foot soldiers come falling, crashing to the ground. Let's roll the damage on them. I'll let you know, they each only have 45 hit points to start with. With 44, we're going to do a 1-point roundup as these bodies impact, clatter of armor and weapons, smoke dissipating. And I rolled 2 Constitution saves for the Hellfire engines because you dealt over half of its hit points in a single strike. And with a 9, even with a +7, and a 14, even with a +7. Fire begins to rise from these and smoke as there is this crackling orange lightning, and the intensity of the glow around these engines begins to brighten and brighten and brighten. I need all of you to make dex saving throws. Actually, not all of you. I need everyone but Lorwryn. And Kalista.
And what about me on my rooftop?
And
Nice.
Kalista.
The tanks will also take an extra 21 points of damage from the magnified
Just
gravity.
insult to injury.
Yeah, no, exactly why I'm telling you that. Unnecessary, you know.
9
Shin and Valkerie get a +5.
+5.
15.
Then I have a 26.
The DC you're looking for here is...
14.
Well, the DC you're looking for is 14. Plus, on 2d10, I only rolled 3. So, you all succeeded, so you take half of 3 fire damage as the 6 of you manage to clear away from here. And as the explosions start to quiet, the fires die down, the smoke all dissipated. The bell tower stands. And that's where we'll close for tonight.
But priest.
Highgale.
Lords of Sin is Cory J. Phillips as Shin, Danielle Phillips as Valkerie, TheMalloMan as Lorwryn, Aaron as Jaeger, Matty as Kalista, Mav as Korrin, and Ethan as all the other stuff. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review, a comment, and share with your friends. Want to support the podcast and get some behind-the-scenes content and some extra goodies? Check out Go Buff Yourself on Patreon.